Hey guys, today I'm bringing another very interesting stories answer key for you. This is 5.1 The Wrong House from the book Learn Well Communicative English for class 8. But please, before that, I would like to say don't forget to subscribe my channel, like it, share it among your group. Okay, now let's see the answers. Unit 5 5.1 The Wrong House. Exercise read and find. Answer each question briefly. Number 1. The two men were looking for a house to rob. Number 2. There was a perfect silence in the house because the family was away. Number 3. The lock was opened by a simple tool likely picked by one of the men. Number 4. The two men found the house empty and presumably unguarded. Number 5. The words we are in luck today were spoken by one of the robbers when they realized the house was unoccupied. Number 6. Signs such as mail piled up and the state of the house indicated that the family had been away for weeks. Number 7. The robbers checked various rooms, called out, and listened for any response to ensure no one was inside. Number 8. The robbers had to abandon their car because it broke down or was too conspicuous. Number 9. They left their briefcase in the house because they had to leave in a hurry and did not want to be caught. Number 10. The robbers came to know that the house belonged to Mr. Samuel Rogers through information they obtained while planning the theft or internally discussing their targets. Number 11. When they came back after buying the car, they found the house had been disturbed or that things were amiss, leading to their worries. Number 12. A police officer or an associate rang Mr. Rogers to inform him of the situation regarding his house. Number 13. Mr. Rogers was delighted because he received news or assistance that gave him peace of mind about his property or family. Number 14. Mr. Rogers did not fully believe Hasty's story because it raised suspicions or seemed too convenient, indicating he had doubts. Number 15. The robbers learned Mr. Samuel Rogers was the DGP through background research or inside information prior to their plan to rob the house. Next exercise, answer the following questions in detail. Relate the incident which forced Hasty and Blackie to hide in Mr. Rogers' house. Hasty and Blackie, two robbers, were on the run after committing a crime. Their escape took a sudden turn when they were being pursued by the police. To avoid capture, they decided to seek refuge in Mr. Rogers' house, which was conveniently located near their escape route. The house provided them with the concealment they needed as they were desperate to hide from the law enforcement authorities who were on their trail. The sense of danger and urgency forced them to act quickly, and their only choice was to hide within the unfamiliar environment of Mr. Rogers' house. Number 2. How did the two robbers plan to get away from Mr. Rogers' house? Hasty and Blackie were well aware that staying in Mr. Rogers' house for too long would lead to their discovery and capture. To escape, they devised a plan that involved leaving as quietly and secretly as possible. Their plan was to use the cover of darkness to flee, ensuring that they would not be spotted by either the police or Mr. Roger himself. They intended to sneak out of the house unnoticed, using the back route, and then travel under the cover of night to a safe location where they could lay low until things cooled down. They also planned to possibly use a vehicle for a quick getaway to a location where they could blend in or evade further detection. Next question, reproduce in your own words the telephonic conversation between Hasty and Mr. Rogers. In the telephonic conversation between Hasty, the robber, and Mr. Rogers, Hasty calls Mr. Rogers' house to speak with him and explain the situation. He tells He tells Mr. Rogers that they have had some trouble and need a place to hide out temporarily. He stresses the urgency of the matter and tries to reassure Mr. Rogers, indicating that they do not intend to cause harm. Mr. Rogers, although initially hesitant, listens carefully, trying to weigh the situation before agreeing to help. The tone of the conversation reflects tension, as Mr. Rogers is clearly concerned but decides to assist them, possibly due to fear of the robbers' threats or because he sees no other option. Number 4. Who were Inspector Simpson and Detective Johnson? Describe their meeting with the DGP. Inspector Simpson and Detective Johnson were both law enforcement officers involved in investigating the robbers and attempting to track them down. The two officers were assigned to work together to catch Hasty and Blackie. They were professional and diligent in their approach, using their skills to gather information and piece together clues regarding the robbers' whereabouts. In their meeting with DGP, Director General of Police, Inspector Simpson and Detective Johnson briefed the DGP on their progress. They discussed their strategy and the leads they had gathered. The meeting was important because the DGP was keen on ensuring that the robbers were caught as soon as possible. Given the seriousness of the crime and the public pressure, the officers outlined their next steps in the investigation, including their plans to search various locations and set up surveillance, hoping to close in on the robbers' hideout. Next exercise, word power. Use the following words, phrases, and sentences of your own. Run over. The driver was careful not to run over the stray dog crossing the road. On tiptoe. She walked on tiptoe to avoid waking the sleeping baby. Run along. The teacher told the children to run along and play in the park. Break into. The burglars tried to break into the house late at night. Number 5. As soon as the rain stopped, we went out for a walk. A hot chase. The police were in a hot chase with the speeding car. Get in touch. I will get in touch with you once I reach the hotel. For one's life, he ran for his life when he saw the wild animal approaching. Safe and sound. After a long and tiring journey, we finally arrive home safe and sound. One after the other, the players entered the stadium, one after the other, ready for the match. Add CE or SE to each of the following words to complete them. Here are the completed words with CE or SE added. Nice, close, place, noise, chance, police, please, course, silence, surprise, briefcase, converse. Match the words with their meanings. Torch. Answer is part G. A small handheld electric lamp powered by a battery. Crouch. Number F. To lower the body as one does in fear or to hide. Agency. E. Party. A place of business providing a specified service. Robbery. Part A. An act of stealing, theft. Converse. Part C. To talk to somebody in an informal way. Briefcase. Part I. A flat leather or plastic case for carrying papers, etc. Directory. Part D. A book with a list of telephone subscribers. On tiptoe. Part B. On the tips of one's toes. Automobile. Part H. A motor vehicle with wheels for carrying passengers. Next exercise, think of some things that you can associate with the following. Things to associate: kitchen, oven, stove, refrigerator, sink, utensils, microwave, cupboards. Living room, sofas, coffee table, television, rug, lamp, curtains, bookshelves. Bedroom, pillow, bed, blanket, wardrobe, nightstand, lamp, mirror. Bathroom, wash basin, shower, bathtub, mirror, towel rack, toiletries, toilet. Next exercise, grammar in use. Insert some, any, one or ones as required. So this is your house. It's a pretty one. Number 2, can you give me some important information? Number 3, I'm thirsty, can I have some water please? Number 4, this cup is dirty, can I have a clean one? Number 5, I will have a cup of tea, will you have one too? Number 6, I asked him for some soap but he didn't have any. Number 7, I want some potatoes, have you any? Number 8, I have lost my pan, have you one to lend me? Number 9, you have got a lot of potatoes, please give me some. Number 10, I want some oranges, can me those big ones? Give me those big ones. Next exercise, match the clauses. For first one, we cannot start. Answer is part D, while it is raining. Number 2, they can't leave. Answer is part I, before they pay their bills. Third one, he repaired our shoes. Answer is part B, while we waited. Fourth one, I think. Answer is part J, that you have made a mistake. For fifth one, he has a chain. Answer is part H, which is made of gold. Number 6, you may sit. Answer C, wherever you like. Number 7, I expect. Answer G, that I shall get a prize. Number 8, no one knows. Answer A, who he is. Number 9, uneasy lies the head. Part E, that wears the crown. Number 10, it is certain. Part F, whether he will come. Now, next exercise, speaking and listening. Dialogue completion. Work with your partner and complete the following dialogues with suitable items from the box. Tara, have you heard what happened yesterday? Paul, are you talking about the cricket match? Tara, no, silly. Somebody tried to steal Mrs. Sony's jewelry. Paul, are you serious? Tara, you know Mrs. Sony always wears expensive jewelry. Paul, so? Tara, well, 2 men broke into her house at midnight. Paul, but she has a burglar alarm in her house, hasn't she? Tara, yes, she has. Paul, so they stole the jewelry. Tara, no, but it failed to work yesterday. Paul, luckily, the watchman had seen the thieves and raised an alarm. Tara, yes, the thieves were caught and handed over to the police. Next exercise, write well. There is a picture in which 2 burglars are trying to steal things from the house. You can use this picture or something like this one in your book. In your copy. Write a description of a theft using the guidelines given below. The burglars broke into Mr. Thomas' house on Maple Street late at night, around 2:30 a.m. They managed to gain entry through a back window that had been left slightly ajar, likely unnoticed by Mr. Thomas, who had gone to bed earlier that evening. Once inside, the thieves ransacked the living room and master bedroom. They took several valuable items, a laptop, a set of expensive jewelry, and a stack of cash hidden in a drawer. Fortunately, Mr. Thomas was not home. He was out of town for a business trip. However, his neighbor, Mrs. Jacobs, heard strange noises coming from the house and saw shadows moving around inside. She immediately called the police. The burglars were caught a few days later after being identified through the footage from a nearby security camera, which captured their car leaving the area. The police tracked the vehicle and arrested 2 suspects who had prior criminal records. They are currently in custody and are being questioned about their involvement in other recent burglaries in the neighborhood. The next steps will involve the prosecution of the suspect. Mr. Thomas will likely recover most of his stolen items, and the burglars may face significant jail time if convicted. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.